maybe if we're not on it, because we look so haggard, because it's still daylight.
It is still daylight.
It's still daylight, although it'll be dark soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we and we're at our next investigation here in Ireland. In fact, it's our first investigation in Ireland.
It is.
On this trip. And we've come back to a place that we absolutely adore. We are here at Charleville Castle. How stunning is this? Now, we have done a podcast on it, so go and listen to that, but we're going to refresh on the history, tell you a few ghost stories, and then we're going to investigate, aren't we, Keg?
We so are.
Can't wait.
Yes.
The following video is not a polished episode. It is purely the highlights from a live stream investigation. These videos are designed to show you some unique places, give you the history, and give you any happenings that we might have had. Are they paranormal? We'll let you decide. All right, we're going to get this done quickly. We are live streaming and we're doing it from this wonderful place. Oh, that has come out nice on here as well. Look at that. How cool. Actually, it looks good in infrared as well.
It does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Stunning.
So, this is where we are tonight. 7:30, so there'll be enough people up. So we are at Charleville Castle. We've been here before, as you all know, if you've been following us and watching the videos and the podcasts. And this is one of Keg's and my favourite places. We do have a soft spot for this one. And I am joined by the very lovely Samantha, who you've all met before as well. And she is here to take us for a little bit of a walk around Charleville.
A little jaunt.
Yep.
Now, come on in.
Come on in. How beautiful is this?
So Charleville was built by the Bury family and they began construction on the 8th of November 1800 and it took them 14 years to build the castle. There was 5 earls in total and unfortunately their line came to a very sad and tragic end realistically, so
now
that's why it's quite haunted.
Yeah. There's a tree that we saw coming in as well.
Oh, the king oak.
The king oak.
The
yes.
king oak. So the king oak is a really interesting thing because we cannot find the folklore attached to it. But the local lore tells us that just before every male heir to the Bury line is about to die, the tree will be struck by lightning and a branch will break. And so when you go to visit the tree, there are several broken branches and the local lore is that you wouldn't touch these branches or remove them because then you would bring the bad luck on yourself or your family. So the tree was never touched and the branches were left broken, not even claimed for firewood.
Now the last lord didn't believe it, did it?
No, he did not. So the last heir was Charles Howard Bury, and he also owned Belvedere House in Mullingar. And he was 83 at the time of his passing. He had just had a physical and he was fine and fit and fighting fit he was. And when the tree was struck by lightning, legend has it that the Reverend made extreme haste to Belvedere House to alert the Colonel that his life was in perilous danger, and the Colonel thought this was hilarious and he laughed him off and sent him home. But within 3 days he had passed away at Belvedere House. So there might be something to it.
All right, did you want to show us very quickly around?
Yep.
So, because for all the people who've never been to Charleville.
Now, so this is the morning room, and this is where the family would have had breakfast. So the mirror is one of the few original pieces belonging to the castle, and it has had odd things happen with it. When we're giving a tour, people say they see somebody move behind them really quick, like a shadow person.
Right.
I've yet to see somebody catch a photo with a shadow person in it, but they see it and it's so quick that it's just uncatchable, I suppose.
Look at this chandelier. How gorgeous is this?
Yeah, they're pretty special,
Yeah.
those ones.
All right.
Right,
now,
we move to the
red
music room.
Now, Keg is going to be... Oops, that's me walking into a chair. Don't worry, that happens a lot.
So this is the music room. It has a vaulted ceiling which changes the sound in here. And an original feature in this room, of course, is our piano, belonging to the house originally and the Burys. It has been known to play by itself occasionally.
Okay.
And it has been checked for cats or other furry creatures deciding to play, but no such luck, so it's definitely something. And then this is our beautiful red room. So we're now in one of the towers that you would have seen from outside. And outside. And outside. And the towers at Charleville are built to resemble chess pieces. So this is the Queen's Tower, and the library sits in the King's Tower. And when you go outside, if you look up at the castle, the tops of the towers reflect the chess piece tops as well.
Yeah.
Now this room is completely rounded, including the door, which is bowed to complete the curvature of the room. And that would have been quite the feat to bow the wood.
To get it perfectly to fit a door frame like that would be...
Absolutely. So then the oddity of the towers at Charleville is the supposed ley line, or invisible earth energy line that runs beneath them. So they're marked with an 8-pointed star on the ceiling, and there is a matching 8-pointed star on the floor. It's just tucked in underneath the bed. So that ley line energy is said to amp up things that happen in this room and of course our library. So on a paranormal level, the supposed occupants of this room is the architect Sir Francis Johnson. He is said to be seen standing in that window gazing over blueprints, and several people have had encounters with him. One particular couple were staying with Bonnie and Dudley many moons ago in this room. And in the middle of the night, the lady felt somebody shake her, move her and sit in the bed. And she decided that she wasn't going to wake up to check it. So she elbowed the husband and she told him, "You wake up and check who's in the room with us." So he begrudgingly woke up, checked, saw nobody, told her she was imagining things and to go back to sleep. And unfortunately, about 20 minutes later, it happened again. At which point she abandoned her husband and made for the door. Now the door was stuck, or she felt locked, and so she made a hasty exit, let's just say, through the door, and they left their money for the rent of the room for the night on a table in the hallway. And they found the nearest hotel downtown that was not haunted.
Beautiful. So Keg is going to come in and do this one later. She's going to do a live, well, she's not going to do a live, but she's going to do a lone vigil in here.
Are we going to come in and find her?
That's
a comfy bed, I'm just saying.
I was going to say, that looks like
so
a really...
the bed also has a story attached to it. It doesn't belong to the castle, but Bonnie, our head volunteer, has been collecting antiques for years. And so this particular one came from a friary or a priory, but it supposedly has a monk attached to it.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've never encountered him, but he's meant to be here.
All right. Well, Keg might find out later.
Yeah.
Now, this is the room you said you don't like.
I hate this room. Let us not tell a lie. So this is the dining room, and the reason these rooms aren't lit is because in Lady Emily's time she installed the electricity into the castle, but she felt it was too harsh on a lady's complexion. So she kept this room gas-lit lanterns on the wall, and the ballroom was candlelight. So because they didn't install it in their time, now that we're here as a restoration project, we can't install it.
Right.
So that's why they stay unlit.
And so why don't you like this room?
I don't like this room because in the last few years it has turned on me, and I don't know why. So lately, when we start running a spirit box in here, it calls me the B word, the C word, the W word, and so it has decided it no longer likes me.
Okay.
So I don't know, all of a sudden there's a change in the tide. Right. Now I will say this, the first 3 Earls of Charleville were Grand Master Masons, and we do believe that they held Masonic meetings in this room. So, might account for some of it.
So we'll hopefully have time to come in here later.
Yeah.
And investigate.
Right.
How beautiful is this?
New is my favourite bit. Right?
Oh, did you just pull the handle off?
Apparently.
Oh dear, we've been hanging out with you too long. Well, you've been hanging out with us too long. Look at this staircase, guys.
You realise I'm going to bill Haunted Horizons now
for the
replacement of a doorknob. So when you get that invoice and you go home, you'll be like, I remember that.
Look at the staircase. How cool is this?
So this is perhaps our most famous and well photographed area of Charleville. This is Harriet's staircase.
And this is where we're going to do the investigation. What we might do is come back out and talk about this, and we'll just have a quick look at the library.
Yeah. You lead the way.
I'll lead the way.
I just follow along. Here, I grab that for you. Let's hope this one doesn't come off. No, we're on a winner.
All right.
Do you want me to go first?
No, that's all right. I can.
Do you want the light on or left off?
Yeah, we'll leave it off, I reckon.
Okie dokie.
So, this is the library. And this is where I'm going to do a lone vigil. After we've done the investigation with you lot, I'm going to be doing a lone vigil in here. And this was very much a male area, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Females shouldn't be in here, should they?
No, this is the Masons' library, as it's referred to. And it's got an interesting energy because no owner has ever put their stamp of decoration on this room. It is exactly how it would have been in the time of the Buries from the very start. All that's ever been done in here is just restoration and repair. So how it looks is how it would have looked in their time. And I think that keeps a certain energy in here for sure. It houses the only secret passageway that we know of. It would have been behind this bookcase here. You'd have pushed it back, the bookcase would have slid to the side, and then you would have been able to make your way out to the church-like building that's attached to the side of the castle, which is an interesting feature in itself because they built a church called St. Catherine's downtown to worship in, and they're all buried in that church down there. So why did they build a second church attached to Charleville? We wonder.
Yeah.
So it doesn't tend to be a very female-friendly room in here. And as I warned you on your first visit at Charleville when I was very nervous for you,
Yeah, I have done a loan in here before, guys. Do you want to tell us about your
my scary experience?
Yeah.
So,
and I keep this in mind, guys, because it kept in my mind when I did a lone vigil last time.
I probably shouldn't have told you before you went in, but safety first.
It's like this went through my head the whole time I was in here, and it's going to go through my head the whole time I'm in here again.
Sorry, Alison. So I came to Charleville in 2011 as paranormal investigator. I fell in love with the story and I stayed, but this was one of my very first experiences in those years. So myself and 2 other ladies were in here. I was sitting right here, another one there, and the other lady over here. We had one camera up on the mantelpiece facing the doorway, and one lone candle sitting in the middle of the table, and it was the only light source in the room. And it was such an old piece of equipment too. It was an old camera with the infrared built in and an actual tape. So long before the setup we have now. And so we were doing some light calling out. Both of the doors were closed. Now that outside door is a solid Irish oak door. There's a bit of weight in it, all right? And it just swung open. And we all went, oh, did the door just open? And then in came this black molasses creeping thing on the floor. And it came in through the door. It opened these 2 doors, went round behind the back of me, round behind the back of the other two girls, and it doused the candle down to nothing. It was so dark we could not see each other, and we were all just sitting right there. And as quick as it happened, it shot back out the door, and it closed the outer door after itself. So, sorry, Alison.
Nothing like a creeper. So I'm going to be doing a lone vigil in here later tonight. All right, well, we better get some investigating done. So let's just go back to the stairs and tell the story of the stairs.
Let's go talk to Harriet.
Yes. That's not Harriet.
Sorry, that was me.
So let's show you this amazing staircase. And what's the story behind this?
Okay. So this staircase is very famous because it is unfortunately how Lady Harriet Bury passed away. So we'll take it back to her parents just so that it all makes sense for everybody and that everyone understands. So the Earls of Charleville are quite tragic, but none is as tragic as the third Earl and his wife. So Charles III married a lady called Arabella, and together they had 5 children. So they had Catherine, Charles, Harriet, John, and baby Emily. Now, unfortunately, when Emily was about 8 months old, Arabella and Charles had gone fishing in Cork, and she got a cold, which developed into scarlatina, or a type of scarlet fever, and she passed away at the age of 35. 2 years after his wife's death, the third Earl succumbed to his grief, and he too passed away. So within the space of 4 years, these children were now orphaned. So the Earl's brother Alfred and his wife Emily, who had no children of their own, stepped in to raise the children. They sent Catherine, the eldest girl, away to live with relatives to learn how to become a young lady, so she would make a good marriage. And Charles IV was sent to school in Eton College in the UK. So that left the younger 3 living here at the castle with their governess and the staff.
I wonder what the freak was.
Oh, America!
Wow.
Hello, baby.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I should have warned you about the cat.
I just turned around, there's this black thing looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God.
I
didn't know you had a cat in here.
See, it's only me. It's only me. It's okay. I know, strangers.
I was like, what on earth?
I know.
Just had this black thing looking at me.
I know. Did you hear me talking? Now, so this is Murica.
Hello.
So, where was I? Where was I? Yes, Harriet.
Yes.
So, on the 3rd of April 1861, Harriet, John and Emily were in the library at the end of the hallway with their governess. And the governess decided she would send Harriet upstairs to wash her hands before dinner. So she came along this path here and went all the way up the stairs. Now the nursery is on the top floor, all the way up there. So Harriet washed her hands and was allowed to come back down unsupervised. And in the time that the Burys lived here, the banister wasn't just this wood, it was also a brass banister. And you can see the remnants here on the stairs. So it had a little spindle and then a secondary brass banister that ran all the way up. Now Lady Harriet made her way down with damp hands, and she decided she would slide down the banister. So she got on, not on the level just above us, but the one yet above us again, and unfortunately she fell 10 to 15 feet to this flagstone floor here, and she passed away from the impact of the fall. She was 8 years of age at the time of her death. The governess, who was still in the library with the other 2 children, heard her scream, and she came out and found her on the floor. They picked her up and brought her into the library, but she unfortunately obviously did not make it. It took the doctor 2 hours to come up from the town to pronounce her dead.
Yeah.
So quite a sad and tragic history, but it doesn't stop there. And 11 years after Harriet's passing, her brother John passes away at the age of 17, and he's also heard and seen at the castle, just not quite as famous as his sister. When Charles then the IV turns 21, he inherits the earldom. but he only gets just a little under 2 years. And at the age of 22, going on 23, he passes away in Staten Island in New York. And so the 5th Earl of Charleville is Alfred, the man who'd stepped in to raise these children, who had never been intended to be an earl. And poor Alfred gets 18 months at the helm before he too passes away. So it's quite a sad history and a sad end to the story. But Harriet is our most famous resident. She is fond of chocolate, making big rugby-sized men cry, and of course flashing cat balls.
Of course, definitely. And who introduced her to those, I wonder?
I wonder.
If you want to hear the full story
Was that sarcastic? Did I sound a little... Yeah, I didn't mean to.
If you want to hear the full story of the cat balls, then we have our podcast up. Hello, little putty cat.
America.
The problem is, I'm highly allergic to them.
Oh.
Didn't know you had a cat. I would take medication, but that's all right. It was just trying to rub around my legs, which cats always do.
Yeah, she does like her attention.
Well, that frightened them off me because I just turned around and there's this black thing just there looking at me, and I was like, what on earth?
You scared the people. Not did you care.
So cute.
She's like, you have no nibbles for me. Where are my kibbles?
All right, well, I suppose.
Go on, keep going. Go on. Go on. Back to bed. She's the perpetual defiant teenager. She's just like, I don't have to listen to you.
Well, did you want to take over this cat?
Yeah, sorry, I was just watching the cat.
You're just watching the cats disappearing now. There we go, cat's gone.
Hilarious. That was like really freaky.
I just saw your face.
I know, I was just like, it was really
like...
freaky.
She's got her scritches now, you see, she's happy. She goes back to bed.
I suppose we should call out. Just to fill everybody in, when we came last time, we brought some cat balls, flashing cat balls.
What's the matter, Samantha?
And we said to Harriet, if she wanted us to leave one of those cat balls, all she had to do was set off the REM pod, and there was something else, wasn't it? It had to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
And she did.
That much, yeah.
So we left her a cat ball. And it wasn't long before the cat ball
started to materialise. So, do you want me to tell the story?
Very quickly.
So, about a week or two after you guys left, I was in the middle of giving a normal person guided tour, and I think that's very important, okay? These people come for history, no paranormal. And I was standing on the stairs and I was talking about Harriet, and from upstairs, and when I mean upstairs, I mean the top of that stairs, I hear boom, 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 and then a rolling noise, and then a boom, 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 and I'm like, okay, this is weird. It's getting louder and louder and louder until eventually it comes careening around the corner and down the stairs. At which point I had 20 normal people on a history tour. Hello?
That's the cat.
It must be Barney. That's a bloody big cat. Hello?
Bigger than a cat. Where's she?
Hello?
What's happening up there? What's the cat doing?
That's not the cat. The cat can't make that amount of noise.
The cat's meowing though, but it's doing a really weird.
Should be only one. Okay, even I'm kind of, I don't know what that was.
Well, that's how loud it was earlier. We know when I said there was noises in here.
Because that's not, there is no humans this side, to the best of my knowledge, were it. Okay, so.
It was almost like the cat was interacting with something.
Yeah, like she was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it stopped.
That's what I was having earlier. That sort of thing. But more moving stuff around.
All right.
Okay, so
That was weird.
that was weird. I was in the middle of doing the tour and the ball came flying down and I had 20 punters leave very quickly out the door and towards the front door. So you guys in these cat balls are quite the legacy. We finally figured out that Harriet wanted, the ball had stopped working, it had obviously run out of battery, she wanted new balls. And I had to, at the time, send to China for them because I could not get them here. And that took 3 to 4 weeks. And in those 3 to 4 weeks, she would make the ball randomly appear at will. One day it appeared in the dining room and rolled around the bowl in the middle of the table. Another day we were doing a wedding photo shoot in the ballroom and it just materialised from one end of the wall and rolled across the floor. Now I managed to scoop it up before the bride seen it, so it was okay. She did kind of follow it a little bit, but you know, I'd rather not have to explain to her why. So the minute the new ones came, we installed them for her. And so far, touch wood, everything has been quiet. But I have been telling her that you guys are going to bring something new and different.
We should give out something new and different. Because we did bring Harriet a couple of new toys.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't find anything really annoying enough, like we could the ball, to give Samantha a hard time. But Kate found this, so it's
Oh my God.
kind of these
Okay.
little, if you even so much as touch it.
If you tip it upside down, that's it.
No, if that comes down the stairs, that'll be fine. So Harriet, if you're here, Kate bought you this. I don't know if you've seen this. If you can make this, knock it over. Alright, so make some great noise. It's got lots of little balls inside. What if I put this on the stairs, right here? Alright, maybe you can knock it off the stairs. And then I got
Oh
you.
Lord, there's more. Okay.
You're going to love this one.
This one's cute.
You're going to so love this one.
Alright. So what we got for you also, Harriet, if you're here, we've got you another little toy.
Oh my God, look at it's a koala.
It's a koala. Actually,
Oh,
that's
how cute.
How cute is that?
That's so
How
cute.
cute.
Even
Harriet.
better, Harriet, if you touch this,
Oh, look. Oh, that's awesome.
it puts a little light on. How freaked out will people be? The more you touch it, the brighter it gets.
Oh, that's fun.
So how freaky is that going to be to people if you turn that on? And if it runs out and won't do it anymore, then you can put that in Samantha's hood,
Oh, yay.
just like the ball.
What fun for me.
So I'm not going to hit it, I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to try not to touch it so the light goes on because I want to see if it comes on. So if the light comes on with that,
I mean,
I'm
that's
touching
weird.
his
Your
ear.
woman's ear, right?
I'm just touching it, but I'm going to put him down because I'm going to say, well, I'm not sure how sensitive
Yeah,
he is. So let's turn him off. Let's put him back on again. I think it's on.
Has the koala got a name or?
Well, I think Harriet could tell us a name.
I could. I like that.
So Harriet, I don't know if you've ever seen an animal like that before. You can come down and have a closer look. Don't be frightened of it. We call that a koala. You may not know koalas back then, because we're from a country called Australia. So there you go, a couple of presents for you. So feel free to come down and play with them. If you play with them, they're yours. Yours to keep. Will we introduce ourselves? I don't know if you do remember us from last time. My name's Alison.
My name's Cag.
And you know my name, don't you?
We're friends with Samantha. Although I'm sure Samantha wonders why sometimes.
Only when there's a plastic missile being launched at me.
We're just going to do an EVP burst. I'm going to put this little box just on the stairs here, next to your new toys. You can put your name, well, if you can put your name on there, that would be good as well. But if you can put your voice on there. I was just wondering, that noise we heard earlier up there, is that you playing?
Alright, so Harriet, if you hear, sweeties, how many presents have we bought you? Can you tell me? Can you count how many presents we bought you? New ones? How many presents have we bought you? Can you tell me? Can you count how many presents we bought you? New ones?
It was a tink.
New ones?
At the time.
I didn't hear the tink.
No, I didn't hear it either.
No.
Anybody else hear the tink? That looks like a click on. Leave your voice on there. Maybe light one of the lights up. You lit the lights up on the stairs earlier, but we weren't filming at the time. Alright, we're just going to listen back. Give you that battery.
Okay.
Alright, we're just going to listen back. No. Chink again.
What was them clinks? Because it's not happening now, and it's
No.
in certain places.
And what I find, because with people saying on here it's like metal, it is like metal, but also my original thought was it's like somebody tinking on glass. But then what did you have happen the other week?
A piece of glass appeared on the stairs beside one of the cat balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me it sounded more like what about you, Alison?
Yeah, well, I thought more like a chink of china or glass. Does anybody want to try and manipulate this and put their voice on it? You're quite welcome to. The lights just went off. So that's their EMF wire, trip wires. So high EMF will make them go off. Me? Did you hear me?
Yeah, it was a male voice.
Male voice me. Who's me? Who are we talking to? What's your name?
What was that?
I thought I heard Tom.
Maybe you can give your name a bit clearer so we can hear it. No.
No, that was
No.
okay. You were told.
Nanny, can we talk to the children, please? Would that be okay? Is Harriet here? Henry Walter, are you here?
No.
There's a yes and a no.
Yeah.
There's a small yes and then a no.
No. Henry, sweetheart, is that you? Would you like to come down and play with us?
Oh, lights all went off.
Hello?
Henry, I'm so sorry. I didn't bring you anything. We should have done, shouldn't we?
I bet Harriet would share with you if we ask. What do you think? Do you think Harriet would share?
Do you want me to do the Estes?
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is go on headphones. So I can't hear the questions.
I'm going to pull out a chair for you.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, here. Where would you like
I am
to
going
be
to
here?
be right at the end there,
And what way would you like to be facing us or away from us?
away from you.
Okie dokie.
Power off.
And that way I can't be biased, we can't be biased about what we're hearing. So,
And I left a chair beside you so somebody can have a seat beside you.
oh nice, thank you.
Right, so there's a lady with some funny things on her ears. If you talk to her, she'll be able to tell us what you're saying. Right? So, is anybody here with us tonight? My name is Cag. What's your name?
Harriet, are you here? Can you talk to Alison?
Do you like the new toys?
That's something dropped on my head.
John, is that you? Are you touching Alison's hair? Who's here with us? Can you tell us your name?
Close.
Oh, so you're close. If you're close, do you want to play with the new toys? Do you like them? Oh, those lights lit up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Thought I heard Henry.
Henry likes the lights.
Yeah. Henry, sweetheart, if you're here now, if you want to play with those lights, you are more than welcome to.
Gone.
Okay. Well, that's sad. We'd like you to stay. If you could just light up those lights or play with that funny looking animal, if you bop it on the head, hit its head and the lights will turn on. It's great fun. Henry, if that's you, if you turn that little animal on, it's actually...
Light.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool. If you turn that light on the koala, that's called a koala, it's a funny animal, I will personally send you a toy just for you.
He.
Okay. I'll send you a toy for a boy. All right? It might take a while, because it does take a while to get from where I live. I live a long, long way away. But if you light up that funny looking animal there, just touch it, see if you can make it light up, and I will send you something over just for you. Would you like that? If that's what you'd like, if you
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm not really hearing any voices at all now. Not getting much at all.
Okay.
Very little voices.
What you had out was very relevant.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But it just seems like I'm sitting listening to nothing.
Right, well, the few words you've had, I think practically every single one of them was
Yeah,
relevant,
it
isn't it?
was, to where we were at the time, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so that's my friend Alison that's sitting there in that chair, and she's got some funny things on her head. But oh, thank you. I seen that flash. She can hear you if you speak to her, because it's like the spirit box that I have when I talk to you. So can you go over there and tell her your name so I know who we're talking to? That's Cag, pulling the doorknob off.
Inner.
I just did a U.
Us.
Okay, so it's several people. Is there several people here talking to us?
Night night.
Oh, night night. Is it bedtime? I suppose it is getting really late. Is it your bedtime?
Okay. I have got this lovely, lovely little furry koala here. Alright.
Yes.
This is gorgeous, and this is Alison's favourite thing. She loves this because it's so soft. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this next to this one here. And if you can light up this one here, this big one, Alison will leave that one behind as well for you. If anybody's here, do you want to light up any of the lights for us, or go and sit with Alison?
Boy.
Boy.
Henry.
Yeah, there's just nothing. There's just no voices.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, it did say night night. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering-
That sounded like
kinda-
a child as well.
Yeah.
Night night. All right, we're going to move on.
That was a really cool session though, wasn't
That
it?
was-
Was it? I
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, I'm sorry you were.
I
you
was
missed it from
getting
the other side,
very
yeah.
frustrated because I couldn't hear. We all know, you know, we've had little things, which is interesting. The cat thing was,
Weird.
it was almost like the cat was playing with somebody
Yes,
up there.
that was definitely weird.
That was a cat definitely playing
Oh,
with
yeah.
something.
Oh, you could hear the cat meowing, but it was
Well,
almost a weird meow that it
There's
was
some
making.
very old stories
Right.
from the 60s and 70s, 80s, 90s, kind of across that time span,
Right.
that Harriet was seen with a kitten on more than one occasion.
Oh.
Because I've never encountered it, I don't kind of talk about
Yeah.
it, but I have heard that a couple of times. So
Okay.
Well, there was definitely somebody moving around on that landing.
It
'cause
just
that
sounded like the
not
cat
making
was-
yeah,
noise.
no, not on his own. And
It sounded like the cat was responding to somebody.
Yeah, America's only tiny. No way she's making that much noise.
Yeah. Then I am going into that library there on my own. Maybe Samantha can join me towards the end and do another Estes. Maybe you can go on the headphones.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm looking at you.
No, I'm here.
No.
I'm here.
I'm looking at. I'm talking to the wall
She's
at
talking
the
to
moment
screen.
because all I can see.
I did wonder that, and I was like, oh bless, she just looks.
All I can
Okay.
see.
It just materialised. Hello, Alison.
It just moved to where my eyes are.
So you were saying light, and then the light went, or it had just gone, and you said it afterwards, and it was definitely Henry. It's Henry Walter you're talking to.
Yeah.
So Henry was 7 when he died.
All
So
right.
that's why him and Harriet are kind of like the terrible twins.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It
Obviously
didn't
he
feel
feels
like
left
Harriet.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and when we said Henry here, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oops,
What
sorry.
was the story with your hair? Tell me about
It
that.
felt like I didn't know whether something dropped on it. It was just on one
Now,
side.
John, the special needs boy, he does this with people's hair.
Okay.
He
That's what it felt
has
like. It was on one
women.
side.
He loves women who are like gentle and that would be good with a special needs kid. He gravitates to them and he likes to play with hair.
All right.
That's his thing. And yours is the only one that's down. Mine's in a clip.
Yeah, it
Although
was
Cass
just
is
on
down
one
too,
side.
but-
It was about here,
Yeah.
and
So
it was
could
just
have
like
been him.
somebody had. I didn't know whether something had fallen
Yeah.
gently on the hair
Yeah.
there, or
I
whether
don't see anything though.
it was touched.
Yeah. Weird.
Right, I am in. Turn it round. In the library on my own. Very much a men's room. This is where they saw the creeper come in. Now I'm only going to do 15 minutes, guys, because we really are pushed for time. and we want to get another room done before we leave, I am going to put maybe Vox on. Whoa! Okay, I didn't do that. That's the very creepy music box. That was a tap behind the secret room there. Which is what that's in line with. Alright, just heard a little knock behind the door there. Somebody in here? So I've just put Ghost Tube Box on. It's when it goes off on its own, Samantha. Samantha is actually out in the hallway monitoring the stairs. She may come in soon. Is there a gentleman in here with us tonight? Are you all right with a lady being in here? I don't come to be disrespectful. All right, I'm just wondering if you can put your voice on the little box with the orange light on the table there. All right, I'm just going to listen back to this. What I'm going to do, guys, that's me. Let's see if we've got anything on here. I'm going to say it feels very quiet in here tonight, very peaceful. The last time I came in here, it was very different. It was very edgy, very not a good feel, but tonight it feels very different. And this is the whole thing about these places. You can come one time and it goes off, and next time you come and it can be very quiet. Alright, I'm just wondering if you can put your voice on the little box with the orange light on the table there. Is this your space? Okay, I'm going to have to listen back to that as to whether it was me moving, but... Is this your space? Right, I'm just going to listen back to this. No. You out there, Samantha? Do you want to come in? Did you want to do a quick headphone? She was also out there in case something crawled in here and
Power off.
Are you ready?
Ready? Alright, just wondering, you can now tell me if you're here. I just think I've got a torch going. I have a torch. Just going to try and light. Just going to try and light. Just going to try and light.
Lady.
What was that? Didn't we hear that? Cag, is that you? Alright, you heard that latch go, didn't you? And then footsteps. Lady. Alright, that was weird. Is it Harriet? Is Harriet out there playing with the toys? We've left the toys on the stairs.
Do you want one?
Do I want one? Do I want one what?
No.
Does Harriet want to come in here and play?
Found her.
Oh. Who have you found? Henry, is that you? Do you like the new toys?
Alison, are you walking around on the floor?
Nah.
I can feel like something's moving me.
Are you around Samantha? Do you like your new toys, Harriet, if you're here? Oh, that was a knock over in the door there. Again, that's coming from the tunnel. It's quite a loud knock as well. Oh, and again.
If you like.
Maybe you're going to come in from this door. That door bursts open. That's a secret door, by the way. Do you want me to come in?
Prison?
Prison? Maybe you're stuck in the tunnel? Prison? Nobody really goes down there, do they?
It wants.
It wants. What does it want? Who's it? Or what's it? Does it want to come out? If something creeps out of that door.
Are you looking?
Sorry, am I looking where? Because I'm not paying attention. Where am I looking?
Left.
Okay, I actually turned to my left because it looks very dark behind me. You can't see it, or you can. That's how black it is in here. I am looking. Where is there somebody behind me? To my left? Just wave that around at you.
That felt really weirdly random.
Really, yeah, there wasn't an awful lot, but what you did miss, just as I was setting up and you turned around because I was moving the light,
Yeah.
it sounded like a latch going. So I just turn it around.
Okay.
So it sounded like a latch going on the door there,
Okay.
and then footsteps. And I had to call out to see if it was Keg, and it wasn't. So
Okay.
that's about all. We had a couple of knocks from behind the door
Right.
over there.
The secret passage doorway.
Yeah. But that was about all we've had. guys. I don't know what that voice was, because there's nobody in this area. Now, Samantha's gone across to the red room. That sounded like... That was weird. Sounded like it was in this area by the stairs here.
So I was calling out because I remember from last time, didn't somebody think that maybe there was a servant that used to come in and clean out there?
Yeah, that was always the story because they used to hear like a metal shovel in a metal bucket,
right,
and a rattle, and it kind of leads you to think, oh yeah, okay, so maybe. And that was, now I have never encountered that in here, but then I don't spend that much time in here, so it's not my favourite room in the house.
Okay, so EVP burst in the dining room. So my question is...
That's Alison.
Yeah, Alison walking.
Oh, we're doing an
There's a
EVP
person.
burst session.
Actually, we could have two cameras. Why don't I put one on that and that
Well, we were doing an EVP burst, but I'm going to have to restart it now because somebody walked in halfway through. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll do this. Huh? That's yours. You've got that. You want headphones? You've got.
I've got headphones.
I'll go and put this.
Okay. Okay. Alright, EVP burst. Dining room, take 2. Alright. So, if there's anybody in here, I've been told that there is a lady that possibly comes in and cleans out the fireplace. If you're with me tonight, can you just let me know what your name is, please? Or if you're not allowed to talk to me because you're busy working, maybe you could just make the sound of you cleaning out the fireplace, please. Okay, do you have a question?
I have questions, indeed I do. Why does whoever is in this room not like me anymore? Did I say something to upset you?
My stomach. Do you have a question?
I have questions, indeed I do. Why does whoever is in this room not like me anymore? And if I have upset you, can you tell me your name so I can apologise?
You're just going to have to wonder. Wonder about it, don't you?
Nothing.
No.
It feels like everyone's gone to bed or something. It's a weird vibe.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Did you get anything?
Good? Okay.
Did you get anything in the red room?
No, it's very quiet.
It's quiet. It's McLeod Castle. All right. So if there is anybody there, Samantha is sitting in a chair listening. If you've got anything to say to us, even if it is just to get out. Feel free to do that.
Tree.
Oh, King Oak. Ooh, and the lights went off.
Has Samantha done something to upset you?
On the table.
Well, yeah, the lights that went off are on the table. Do you like those lights? Can you set them off again? You go close to them. A little unusual, aren't they? How's everything disappeared?
Do you know what's your name? Can you remember your name? Can you remember?
That's rubbish.
Okay.
What I'm putting on now.
Idiot. There's a reason.
Really? What's the reason?
I put a thing called seal on. You can make pictures out.
Fall. Lady.
Did you see Alison fall earlier?
Scene.
Oh, you did? That's interesting. See?
Mm. Worst case. You didn't do it again.
Amazing.
Ah, did she see me fall over the case?
I find it amazing how many things you can fall over. You'd be surprised how many times it happens.
Can you
Okay, can we what?
hear me?
Ah, I can't hear you, no. I can hear you when Samantha speaks.
Amazing.
No, cool. It is amazing, isn't it, that you can speak to us through something. It's giving you a voice. So can you take advantage of that voice?
Finish it.
Are you ready to go to bed?
I think that's all we're getting.
Okay, we're going to say goodnight. Can you say goodnight back, please?
Good night and thank you.
Yes, that's words.
Get out.
Okay, that's fair enough.
All right. I think we just got told.
Yeah,
Enough.
All right.
okay, all right.
Okay, we get the message.
Yeah.
We'll abide by that.
Shall I flash you?
I don't like that. That was creepy.
It's interesting that the
For the record, that's me. I'm trying to get out of the chair.
no, it was interesting, wasn't it?
That,
what did
yeah.
I say? We're going to go now. Is there any last words you want to say? And that's when you said, "Get out, finish it, get out."
Yeah, there was a
Finish
couple
it.
that gets out, but I was like, no, I'm not, no, I don't know. Did I hear that? Did I hear that? No.
Yeah.
So, but it said
Any, I just like any last words from you.
it's a very
Good.
strong male voice given all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You said you've had issues with this room.
Yeah.
All right. Just a thing.
Turned it off. I don't know how to.
Just a thing. Did it start happening after you did the filming?
No, it was before that.
Oh,
It was
really?
before that. Yeah, it started happening. Let me see. It's been about 2 years.
All right.
It's been about 2 years.
Because it came out with tree. And
Yeah.
then, as you said, and then you
I said the king oak and the lights.
This
lights
Went on the table.
Yeah, this
I thought at one point I heard somebody say my tree or my trees,
Right.
and I didn't. I thought, you know, those fleeting moments where
Yeah.
you're like, did it actually say that, or am I wrong, or you know? And then I overthought it too much, and I should have just opened my mouth and said something. So okay,
Because I wondered whether if it was after that because he'd gone up, he'd
It
climbed
got
the tree.
really bad after that.
Well, I would have thought climbing such a special tree was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And the fact that maybe they thought you should have done something about it.
Yeah.
And that's when I said to him, actually,
it did get really bad. Like, it amped up after that. Like, it was near constant. If I come in here and there's a spirit box around that can be spoken through, bitch. And, like, it's just,
Because they normally see if anything happens in the building, you can deal with that.
Yes.
But because it was...
Oh, yeah, my hands were tight.
So I did
literally
just say...
couldn't do nothing. Yeah.
So I said, look, and if you thought she should have done something, then she couldn't. It was out of her hands.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it'd be interesting to see if things get any better. But
Okay.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
It was.
So, pretty cool.
Okay, CAG. Well, that's it for us.
It was cool though, wasn't it?
Charleville Castle. We had a few interesting things happen. Nothing major. Not like last time.
But the things we had happen.
We're curious.
Might be saying that, nothing major. Though that noise upstairs. That was weird.
The other thing was you didn't hear it, but the latch going on the door, and I thought you were coming in and shouted you, and you were in the red room. And the voices, I've got to listen back to the voices.
Yeah.
When you and Samantha were in the red room.
That was cool.
So, if you're ever in Ireland, definitely come down to Charleville. I just want to say thank you to Samantha and everybody at Charleville Castle for allowing us to come back. And hopefully one day we get back again, because it is an awesome place.
I don't think Samantha will have us.
No, I think Samantha's going to get rid of us.
I think she's going to get rid of us.
I don't think Samantha ever wants us back.
No, she doesn't.
We're just trouble. All right, we're going. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.